Hey, what's up, guys? Sanitary here. So I wanted to talk about Tom Brady, and he's launching his own meal kit service. There's a lot more companies sending out prepackaged meals, conveniently packaged and delivered to people that are pressed for time, and or just you know don't want to cook and try to live a healthier lifestyle. So I obviously know who Tom Brady is. He grew up in the Bay Area in San Mateo, but I don't really like follow him that much. But apparently, I'm not sure if he's vegan 100% the whole way, but according to the article that I read, that he's launching a meal kit service for $78 a week. And I think you get three meals, three dinners, already prepared, easy to follow instructions. It's strictly vegan, gluten free, no dairy, no meat, no seafood. Not for me. Definitely not for me. You guys know I'm a meat eater, but to each their own. So $78 a week for three meals to eat like Tom Brady. To me, if people want to spend it, that's completely fine. It's up to them, but that's just way too much money. But the other reason why I wanted to talk about this video is with respect to how, even though a lot of people are more aware of being vegan or just trying to be healthy, you see a lot of like Orange Therapy, CrossFit. A lot more people, excuse me, are joining gyms. There was another article that I read, and I was gonna do a video on it, but it was pretty long, and I didn't want to go into too much detail. But this is a good time to talk about and tie this into this article. Is yeah, $78 a week for three meals. That's just insane. But you know what? People are probably going to do it, and like I said, they're entitled to do it. But this brings me to the other article that I read, and that is, even though I don't have all the numbers on top of my head, but even though more people are spending so much money on um, gyms, meal prep services now, like the one with Tom Brady. They're joining classes, doing CrossFit. They're spending money on all this extra stuff and uh, gym equipment, gear, iPods, just all this stuff. Even though Americans, especially Americans, but also in other parts of the country, I think, but more specifically with Americans, we're spending all this money on diet foods, lean cuisines. They have so much out there, organic. We're spending all this money, but if you look at the statistics, our obesity rates are still through the roof. Heart disease is through the roof. Diabetes, type 1, type 2 is through the roof. So, what gives? We're spending all this money, but the results are not being yielded. And the companies, obviously, they don't care. They're going to roll out whatever product they want. And as long as you buy it, sorry, a little crumb. As long as you buy it, they're going to keep giving you that option. So, compared to like the 80s and 90s, in today's society, it is a positive that we are more cognizant and aware of being healthy, the whole vegan movement, people joining gyms. If you just look on Google and you type in the amount that people are spending at gyms, I mean, there's a one gym, I think it's called Equinox in New York, and it's like a high end, and it's like, I don't know how much money it is, but it's a lot of money. And I think these are more for like CEOs and people that have a lot of moolah. But people are spending so much money, but the results are not yielding. And the main reason why I think this is occurring is that people like the excitement and the concept of joining a Zumba class, and that's completely fine. Joining a spinning class, doing CrossFit, having that cohesive unit, having that support, joining those classes, joining those nice fancy gyms like the one in New York, the Equinox, having all the bells and whistles. But if you do all that stuff and you keep spending all this money and the results are not yielding, because that's what the data is confirming with all the heart disease and all the other ailments in America, you're wasting your money. And people like the concept of it, but either their diet is just not in check, and that's one of the main reasons. They work out, which is great, it's better than sitting on the couch, but then when they go home they overeat, they don't adjust their diet too much, and you can't excuse me, and I've said this before, you can't outwork the fork. What does that mean? It's gonna take a lot of time to burn 1,000 calories in a workout. When I did a lot of cardio back in the heyday, I would run at a pretty good pace, 8 minute mile, even it would be like intervals, and I would get it down to the 7 minute, under 7 minute mile mark pace. And I was skinny and I would burn like over 700 calories, which is a good amount, but one Big Mac, one Whopper is like 500. So I don't want to digress too much, but yeah, that's one of the main reasons. People are excited to work out. They're moving around. They're spending all this money, but they're not changing for the positive. Or I shouldn't say changing, because it is better to be active than not to be, but the statistics don't really back it up. So I think that's one of the main reasons, just the diet. And then also I think people want to have fun, and that's cool, but if you're working out and after your workout or in between you're socializing, and you're just always happy, you're not really gasping for air, you never really pushed for that last rep, you never really challenged yourself to at least get to that next level. Now I totally understand, we all of our activity levels are different. I'm not trying to look down upon other people, we all have different activity levels. But if you're just on cruise control, and from a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being a lot of intensity, and you're at like a 1 or a 2, and then you're eating, you're not eating that well. From a scale from 1 to 10, once again, 10 being eating really clean, you're eating like a 2 or 3, then what's going to happen? You're not going to get the results. So that's my 2 cents for this video. Uh, when you're spending all that money, you don't necessarily have to. All those bells and whistles, you don't need to. You really don't. One good pair of running shoes, you go to a shoe store. Most I ever spent my ever on a shoe, I spent like 80 or 90, but they're really good shoes. You don't have to go that far. You could go to the Big Five, or some other sports store. I think like Sports Basement, they had a bunch of sales, and you could just buy a pair of running shoes. Boom, that's going to be good for at least 6 months, depending how many miles you log in. So you don't have to get all crazy, and just know that just because a lot of other people are joining the fancy gyms and spending all this money getting the meal service. Now, if they want to do it, like I said, that's fine, but it doesn't have to be that way. So this video is getting a little too long, so I just want to give you my 2 cents on that. The Tom Brady thing, 3 meals for 78 bucks. I'd probably pass on it. Would you guys be willing to buy it, and have you considered getting a meal kit service? And also, it's hard to make that money, and if you're gonna spend it, you might as well yield the positive results. And if you're not, to each their own, I suppose. But that's my 2 cents. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.